Hi, I'm Sergeant speaking with Earthwalker Primitive. I want to do a little bit of a comparison today. What I got here is my canteen cup, and I got my canteen cup stove. And I want to try to boil water with two different methods using this. The first method I'm going to try out is Trioxane fuel tablet, then which you can use with the stove, and then also I want to try it just with wood using the stove, which you can do, feeding it through the hole in the back. So I'm going to try out both methods to see how long it actually takes for each one to boil water, just out of curiosity for myself. I want to see how long I can get how long it takes for me to get a canteen cup full of water to boil. So what I'm going to do is each time I'm going to use the same amount of water. This came from the house, so this is about room temperature water, but I'm going to be using about the same amount of water each time. And let's see if we can get this water to boil. Like I said, the first one I'm going to use is the Trioxane tablets. Now, I'm going to use the whole entire tablet. One, because it's cold out here today. Two, I know these things burn pretty low, so I'm going to use the whole entire tablet. Use these before, not necessarily to get any water heated, but to try and the cooked food and stuff in my canteen cup. Go ahead and get that lit up. Trioxane burns in a pretty clear flame, so really sometimes you can't see if it's burning or not, but you can tell once you light it, it turns dark purple, you know it's lit. So we're going to go ahead and set the canteen cup in there, and we're going to take a look and see how much time this takes for this to heat up and boil. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes so far. You can see your steam coming out of the cup. Water's keep my finger in there for a couple seconds. There's bubbles forming on the bottom of the cup, starting to come up. So not exactly boiling yet, though. Starting to get a little hot. Trioxane itself burned, I'd say a little less than halfway, maybe halfway burned through itself, but it's starting to steam a lot more, and there's a lot more bubbles coming up. So should be boiling here in a second. I'm going to keep on gathering my wood for the wood trial. We're at 6 minutes. A little over half of the, more than half of the fuel tablet is burned away. I can't even keep my finger in there, so it's just about to boil. There's bubbles coming up off the cup, but it's not rolling boil yet. You can hear it steaming. You can see steam. And like I said, I can't even keep my finger in the water. That's how hot it is. So it's just below that boiling point. And we're at 7 minutes right now. We're at 9 minutes. Almost all the fuel tab has burned away, and we just hit a rolling boil. But I highly doubt it's going to stay here very long because like I said, the fuel tablet's almost completely burned away. It's just on the last little bit. Stuff if you never used it before, it just kind of melts as it's burning. So it's just the last little bit there, and I can even hear it now. It's starting to die it out. So that's at 9 minutes, over 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes that it took for this just to get to the point where it was starting to have a little bit of a rolling boil. And then it's dying now. Yep, the fuel tablet is just barely. You can see right there. There's the last little bit of it. Most of that, I think, is just the ash from this stump I'm on burning away. So we're looking at about, like I said, 9 to 10 minutes for it just to get to a rolling boil with that whole entire tablet. Now, of course, it is cold out here, but keep that in mind when you are in a cold situation, that stuff like this will definitely take a little bit longer So we're going to go ahead and get set up here and get ready for the wood trial and see how that goes. Alright, we're set up here, ready to go. Got the wood going. Figured I'd get a good fire going. Figured it'd be fair. The fuel tablet was completely lit when I started, so I figured I'd get a fire going before I put the fire on there, or the water on there. So we're going to go ahead and get this started with the canteen cup. Same amount of water filled in there, and with wood in the stove this time. Trioxane fuel is great for an environment where it's completely wet, or if you're in an area where you really do not have any wood. You can also use it as an accelerant to help you start a fire. You light that to get the base fire going, and then use that to light your kindling to get an actual fire going to help dry out wood. If you don't really have enough small dry stuff to get a good fire going. We're at a little bit over 2 minutes right now. Little pieces of wood, it's kind of hard to actually get it up to temperature because most of this wood's so wet, it's burning with a really low heat. Bubbles are starting to raise up. I can't keep my hands in there, my fingers in there, and it's been 4 minutes so far. Alright, we just hit a rolling boil. We just hit a boil, and we're at just over 5 minutes. So you see there, it's the same amount of water. It took about 9 minutes for the Trioxane fuel tablet to get a boil, and a little over 5 minutes for the wood in this stove. So all in all, it's pretty much within the same proximity as far as getting the water boil. Now, of course, with it being cold, Trioxane fuel had a little bit more time to heat up this cold metal and the cooler water and the cooler air. And also with this wood, with it being wet and damp, I had to blow on it considerably just to keep it burning. You can see there's a little bit of a variance, so I'm sure if it was completely dry out here and warm, both of them would have probably done it a lot shorter. But we're staying at about a 9 to 10 minute boil with the Trioxane, about a 5 to 6 minute boil with the wood. So hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to come out here and do this for my own curiosity, and now it's time for me to get a cup of tea going. So I'm starting speaking with Earthwalker Primitives. Thank you.